There's a message being posted from Anonymous. Others may know it as 4chan. A few years ago, I could see the psychology going on with 4chan. Some people don't see the same things I see, but I see patterns within patterns within patterns, and I can see outcomes. You can predict the future when you can see a pattern. You know, if you're going to walk forward, you know the person's going to end up walking forward and getting to someplace in their forwardness. If you see somebody walking backwards, you can predict that they're going to be walking backwards. It isn't really all that hard to predict the future if you can recognize patterns. And it's not, I can predict the future of your life. I can pretty much tell you what disease you're going to die of if I can, have a short conversation and see your own freaking patterns. The trick is seeing my patterns, which I know. My pattern, my family genetics is all of my family members tend to die of heart problems. And yeah, I probably will die of that if my globe doesn't solve its problem. We are a oneness, and lack of that oneness will kill me. The pain of not seeing that oneness breaks my heart. And when my heart is broken, then I'll die of some kind of heart problem. It's not a hard thing to do. It's either I get really cold, cold-hearted, but ultimately I'll die of a heart problem because my heart is too cold. Or I could love way too much. And if you love too much and feel the pain of people, then you'll die of that too. That's a totally different story. The point is that I can see patterns within patterns. A lot of people don't want to accept that. That's fine. From my history, when I see somebody's pattern, and I have always assumed everybody can see this. I thought this was just a human nature thing, that you can see the same things that I see. But over my years' experience, because if I end up sort of pointing out somebody's pattern, because they generally want to come and complain and bitch about their lives, and while you're complaining and bitching, I'll kind of point out your pattern that will stop you. Usually it ends up in being a personal attack against me that I don't know what I'm talking about. And generally it's 3 to 5 years that these same people claim to track me down and say, you are so bang on. So right at this point, I don't really care whether anybody believes I see patterns or not. Kind of called 4chan on this, that I knew that this was going to happen way before this revolution kind of started. I kind of seen that 4chan, what they were about. And basically, you could tell if anybody had any experience with 4chan, they nasty people. Some of the things that they spread, anybody would say they are pure and utter evil people, and they just go around causing chaos. And the only reason that they were really evil people is because something really bad has happened to them. And when you're mad and angry, guess what? You come out mad and angry, and you put that negative energy force on other people. And generally they're kids. These are kids that have been abused. Extreme abuse that these children have been forced to endure. So while a child is not knowing really the difference between right and wrong, and they've been taught that, first of all, to be really angry and not how to solve problems, because nobody taught them. There was no parents. There was no society teaching them the difference between right and wrong. So they went out in their world and did a hell of a lot of wrong, and but they formed groups and created chaos. I was introduced to 4chan when I had Blog TV. They came and caused a hell of a lot of chaos on my channel. And when I seen them coming in, it was like instant. I could see their patterns of what they were doing. I could see right away the globe will definitely benefit from this group, but not at that particular time. They were in process. They were developing their skills. They were forming as groups and just practicing their form of causing chaos in an attempt to break down systems. because they knew all systems were wrong. These are highly, highly intelligent people. What you may think suppresses, you can't cage the human mind. No matter how much you try to cage a human mind, it will try to escape. And same with my situation. As soon as you put a problem in my life and I want to solve a problem, I'm going to find the tools to solve every problem. You can't stop me, which I needed to explain the sciences of why I see what I see and that other people don't see the same thing, and why is it I attract these like friggin' arguments. And to a great point it is that, okay, how do you tell people about their patterns without them getting really upset at you? You know, people don't really want to hear that. And that's not to say that I don't have messed up patterns myself. Like I say, it's really, really hard to see your own self, which is why I set my whole channel up as more of a diary. So my videos are more, I put my words out and see if I can live by my own words. It's sort of like, I don't really give a shit if anybody watches. I watch them. I post my videos and it's more like advice to myself. And see if I can suck up my own advice. If it's good for other people, would it be good for me? So anyways, it appears like 4chan has definitely made the transition into, you know, from being really, really evil people into being really peaceful. And this is a peaceful demonstration that wishes nobody any harm. I think that they may be in the process of changing their "we will never forget and never forgive." That slogan, I think, is in process, that they're going to back down on that and look for that white flag when it shows up. I think that ultimately, when this is all over, we won't be seeing 4chan being as evil a group as they want, because they are fighting for freedom of speech. And when they cause you chaos on your channel or your blog TV, they are preventing your freedom of speech. So they kind of have to, you know, swallow their own advice as well, that if everybody gets freedom of speech, then they can't go around as a group and take away somebody else's freedom of speech. So they kind of have to change their ways themselves eventually. And I'm seeing the process in this blog that was just posted. You can call them anonymous, you can call them 4chan, you can call them hacktivists, you know, you can call them whatever you want, but the group that's sort of leading this global revolution, these are our children, and they're just growing up, and they are maturing rather nicely. And you may want to take a look at what they stand for, what their mission is. It is like a living document that as things progress, they are evolving themselves and they're seeing it. So they're posting new information of what their intention is, who they are, everything you want to know about them. And I think it is really good to participate in it, because as 4chan transforms from, the kind of evil people they used to be into the, we're all about peace now, they've grown up, and it may be a good example that while you get involved with them, us as humanity can grow up and transform everything that makes us angry into peaceful people. So go take a look at this article. It may open your eyes as to who they are. I hope you can see the same pattern as I see, that there's a lot of goodness that's going to come out in all of this. Just may not feel too comfortable in the process, but we're growing up as humans. We're maturing nicely. I'm impressed and proud of all of us. Even though we all don't get it yet, we're in process. We're participating, which is a good thing. Peace out.